Hello and welcome back. As promised, we are working our way towards building a large grid station ship, and I have updated and upgraded this little mining rig here. We added some more thrusters and some side thrusters just for a little bit of extra control and force, along with 2 extra hydrogen generators on the top here, along with 4 extra gyroscopes, because we're starting to get a little bit of difficulty tilting when we were at a full load. Now this is a little something new. I went ahead and added a sorter to the back here and whitelisted stone and set this connector for ejecting or throw out, which you can add to the hotbar so you can turn it on and off. This conveyor does use an extra 100 watts, but it's no problem for both of our hydrogen engines. The extra 2 hydrogen and oxygen generators are for the extra thrusters and the engines. So now you can get a positive return when flying. But you'll have to leave the hydrogen engines off. But we do have enough power though, given we have 4 batteries here. The engines will only use as much hydrogen though as is needed for power, so we're able to keep up pretty well with that. You could add in probably an additional 2 hydrogen generators, but then you'll have to add an extra engine as well to keep up with the power demand, because each one of these is like 100 watts. I also added drills to the other side so we could drill faster, and we'll have to build a bigger and more complicated base miner, but it's not really as complicated as I may make that sound. I went ahead and queued up another 10 wind turbines in the assembler, and I think what I'm going to do is just add another refinery, because the next miner will be mining a ton of more resources than what this thing is producing now. And I think I'll have it take over the scope of the area this one has already mined, plus more. It will be a little bit processor heavy, or physics heavy, I should say. Not so much processor heavy. If your computer can handle this one, it can probably handle the next one I'm going to throw at it. But we will have probably 2, if not 3 refineries with speed modules. We'll have to upgrade a bunch of batteries, and we may do 20 windmills. And then once that is set, this can be like a charging base for our main base ship, which will also be capable of mining and gathering resources and refining as well. This will make the economy much easier, because different factions will buy and purchase different things like components or a resource, or even ore for that matter. And our starting location has 3. It has a beacon over here, one over here, one over here, which isn't really all that far away. But I would like to have a large grid ship so we can refine materials and produce them on the fly and on the go. We do have plenty of iron now. I made like 3 or 4 trips with this thing. And with this ejector here, I'm able to just eject the stone before I get here. Which we actually need to turn that off so it doesn't take any out of the base. Because with it connected to this connector, it may pull some stone. But with this sorter block here, it's set to drain all, but actually I could show you. Oh, okay, it's set to blacklist and drain all. And on the blacklist, it's set to ice, so it'll pull everything out of the ship except ice. And throw it directly into a cargo container, and then the refineries can do whatever they want to do with it. And so that is the basic setup here that we got going on. I believe that's just about everything I've done, besides a bunch of mining and collect resources since the last episode. But this episode, I want to add the new base miner, and we'll go ahead and extend this one some more while I do some more work here. Just go ahead and set that to another 1.5 meters, so 9.5. Then we'll come back and we'll do the extra 0.5 again. And once that's done, and I'm gonna go mine just one load of nickel. We have so much iron ingots now. We have like, I think 500,000, which should be more than enough to like build a ginormous ship. Okay, so we have like a little over a third of 1,000,000 iron ingots. Yeah, plus those and this. Yeah, we definitely have plenty. The nickel, however, will be a small issue to remedy. The stone miner alone could build us a large ship. We'll just need, we will eventually need to get more cobalt, though. And that's where the extra refineries are going to come in handy. Just because cobalt refines so slow, it's crazy. And it's not even that advanced of a resource. And thankfully, we have this this space here from the get-go. I didn't plan this, but we can build one refinery up, put some speed modules, and then come out some. That'll add a lot of efficiency to the base. But we do need to build more batteries and more turbines to get us going here, just so there's no bottlenecks in the system for power or anything. And you really don't need to set these that far apart. You could just set these with like 5 blocks in between, and the power losses versus the space savings is about equal to just spacing them out like this and putting less. But I kind of like the idea of just having this massive wind farm that extends out, you know. But we will cut back after I've built some turbines and collected some nickel. And we will also collect some platinum from one of our platinum sources that we previously discovered. Just be careful when you're mining platinum on the moon. You don't want to right click and bore down, because you might end up mining straight into the platinum. And platinum refines to a very small amount for the amount that you mine. Same with uranium and silver and gold. It seems the rarer the resource, the more you have to mine of it in order to get some. And there's a enemy ship up there, but I don't think it's really anything to worry about. Something else over there just flashing. Could be anything. But anyways, we'll cut back. I'm gonna leave that ship alone. We could like get a drone to follow us and then just fly back and let the drone crash, and we could maybe get some ion thruster components, but we'll deal with that later. I want to get started on the big ship. We'll also be building the big ship in creative mode, and then we will project and assemble the big ship in this world, in the survival world. Just because it'll be so much more efficient than having to plan that out as we go. But anyways, thank you everyone for watching and subscribing and commenting, and it's all very appreciated. It's given me a lot of hope in doing this, and we're only going to get better as we go. And again, I'm just going to keep bankrolling everything. There's no stopping now. There'll be some breaks in the beginning, but they'll get more consistent and better content. So I appreciate that. But anyways, here we go. So we got our ejector set up here on the rear. It's actually a connector, but there's a throw out option, just like an ejector. So I'm going to turn on the sorter, which will take a hair more power, and then turn on the ejector. And I'm going to come up to this little rock here, and it has nickel in it, and it also has stone, which is annoying for when you're trying just to collect a specific resource. So I'm going to mine, and then the stone will just eject out of that rear connector. it'll just slowly just drop out as it's mined. This way I can avoid like collecting unnecessary materials. And it's basically just set to whitelist stone only on that sorter in the filter mode. And the connector is set to throw out. So whatever's in the inventory of the connector will just be thrown out. Now I can just mine up all this nickel and this entire rock for the most part and just keep what it is I want. Also, keep in mind, don't fill up your ship and then just keep mining if it's a valuable resource, because anything else that you mine will just be destroyed. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure that we're not filling up here. We got the drills, the large cargo. That one's full. That one's almost full. And it's gonna take a little while to eject that stone, but that, again, that's fine. Because our base miner will be perfectly capable of getting us plenty of stone anyway, so we're all good there on that resource. I'm just gonna land here and let that ejector do its job. I may add... Yeah, I might add like 2 more just to do the exact same thing, because it's kind of slow as it is. Not sure if that's just because it's limited to the 2 small cargo containers, but we'll have to figure that out as we go. And we'll probably cut back to when we have complete load of nickel. And after that, we'll start getting started on making the new base miner. Alright, so I built the base miner. I decided to just go ahead and skip the building process because I was going to make it like a double rotor. And this one would spin, and it would have another 2 arms that would swing out, and it'd cover a lot of distance. But then I just decided, you know what, instead of using all that extra processing power and complications and stuff, let's just start simple and go from there. And so I just decided to just make a really big wheel. It does sway a lot. It's not as stable as I would like. I have all the inertia and everything turned on. The shared inertia, same for the rotor, and the torque for everything turned up completely. It does have 10 pistons though, so it can go 100 meters deep, and I believe it's 43, no, it's 65 drills wide. So yeah, we'll never need to build another base miner again for the entire remainder of this particular series or season. So we'll have plenty of resources. I do have to watch it though, because the base is not built perfectly level to gravity. So the pistons are kind of sitting just a little bit like this, you know? And so I got to make sure it's not going to come too far in initially going into the earth. And it does sway quite a bit, which is another possible issue. But next, we should be able to start the next ship. And yeah, we'll start the next ship, and we'll get some more refineries going on here. Like, I think just one more, honestly, might just do us for now. And then I still got to add the turbines, but I got carried away with the base miner. And I'm going to get some platinum and get a better welder. This was very tedious. That's why I left it out. It would have taken a long time. I think it was like every bit of like 30, 20 minutes building it up. I could have built a welding ship, but that would have been another video. And yeah, I think I'll cut to just building a ship in creative mode. Because there is some things to learn there. Some tips and tricks. Yeah, I'm gonna build up the turbines. And we'll cut to that. I want to be able to charge a big ship on the base. And then we may just end up completely devouring and recycling this entire base into a ship once we're done. Like, some of these drills may go on the new ship. I don't know, it all just depends on, I guess, my patience. And also, I would like for the videos to be, like, compact with content and new stuff instead of just explaining just old stuff. But I also like to take my time, because I'm also the kind of guy who likes to watch just chill playthroughs as myself, you know. Anyways, we'll cut to building a new large grid ship. And I'll probably just do like a time lapse and just stick that in the video. And then next episode we'll make a projector system, and then maybe a welding ship, not sure. We could just reuse this thing for welding. And yeah, that's the plan. What is that? Oh, we shouldn't have a problem with power no more. Let's go see what this is. Uh-huh. Oh. Something entered the atmosphere that wasn't supposed to. Problem with ion thrusters is this enemy, can that attack me? Not sure. Okay, I don't think so. Yeah, it must be dead. The problem with ion thrusters is they're extremely weak. And given that this isn't putting out a signal, it must be completely dead. That's funny, it must have fell out of the sky and I missed it, which really sucks, because I would have liked to see it fall out of the sky. I can open it? No, I cannot. Okay, if it's access denied, chances are it's an enemy faction, so let's see. Yeah, I'm neutral. All these guys are neutral. These guys are red, which means they're evil. I don't think it's a drone. I think it's an actual ship. But it just, you know, it fell and there was no stopping it, so got destroyed. We can get some thruster components and platinum out of this. Even though I probably won't make an actual ion thruster ship. I might capture one in the future. That'll be a good video. Yeah, that's funny. These turrets right here might actually have some ammo in them. If you just grind these down, if it's access denied, just grind it down past the functional hack bar. You can weld it right back up, and then you can get inside of it. And it did have some ammo. Nice. That's funny. Yeah, I think it's out of power because these thrusters don't have anything coming out of them. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm making sure that all of these are below functional. This way, when I come back here and there might be sun out or something, these turrets don't have power and they can't attack me that way. But anyways, yeah, that's funny. We got 9 batteries on the base and a ton of windmills. So we have plenty of power now, and That's kind of funny. I just noticed a light flashing and I was like, huh. No, we'll cut to making a large grid ship. After I get done with all this other stuff. Okay, so here we are in creative. This is just a test server I play on. Started off with the landing gear here and just scaffold up. And before I go into the time lapse, because you won't hear anything except for like whatever audio I put over the time lapse video, of course. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you a quick tip. If you press M, you can set the line of symmetry. So I'm gonna go ahead and click. I'm gonna hit N, and that should either turn it on or off. So if I hit N, it'll turn off. Hit it again, it turns on. And now I can place stuff in symmetry. And there may be quite a bit of experimenting in this video, but now we'll get started and do the time lapse. All right. That sums up our build. It's got quite a few drills, added some solar panels. It's just kind of a finishing touch as emergency backup. It's got 8 turrets, an artillery cannon, plenty of thrusters. We got a welding setup down here, so we can just drive our small ships up and instantly repair. It's got plenty of underdocking and gyroscopes. Added some hydrogen engines there last minute. Just 20 megawatts worth of engines right there. Plenty of hydrogen generators, I believe. I don't know why that one is yellow. It may very well be just the fact that the tanks are magically full because we're in creative. No, I think it looks pretty sick, honestly. This still has a little bit of utility exposed, but you know, that's fine. I like it. I think it looks pretty sick. May have to upload this to the workshop. I really did outdo myself. We'll get better with time. Hope anybody who's watching will consider subscribing or liking or commenting. Any suggestions, let me know. And appreciate y'all for watching.